Alright, we'll see how this works. I'm using my Coolpix camera to do this video with because my other video camera is charging. Really need to get another battery for that. Try this again. It's like the third take. The week before Thanksgiving, Joanns had a daily doorbuster deal, and they had their 12 by 12s or 8.5 by 11s paper packs on sale. Normally $19.99, $14.99 for $7.99. So basically $8, under half price. So I went. I had my husband and I stopped there. Went in. I was just going to grab like 4 or 5. We ended up with 13 or 14. I don't remember how many we ended up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13. Maybe that's why we had issues with the checkout. But I just thought I'd give you a quick view of them and my thoughts on the papers. Most of them are die cuts with a view. There are a couple other ones. This is die cuts with a view, Nana's Kids, with glitter and embossing. So these are glittered and embossed. And like on this polka dot page, the polka dots are embossed, which I think is great. On this one, the big circles are embossed. The alphabet one are embossed. This one is embossed. And then this is more alphabet and more circles, more polka dots. This one isn't embossed. There's that one. This is kind of cute because you see a line of these going across a mini album page. This one has glitter on it. This one also has, I wouldn't say it's glitter on the little flowers in between the ladybugs. This has the glitter around. This is cute because you can take these strips and use them to decorate pages with. The stars are glittered. This has embossing on it. That has embossing. I love this page with the monkeys and the elephants. No more poppy. The stars on this one are glittered. This page, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but the faded out, the what I would call a watermark diamonds are clear glitter embossed. It's cute, the train with the monkeys and the elephants. And this, I love paper packs that include elements like this that I can use on my mini album pages. I can just cut them out. I can put them on, say, the bottom of the page, and make it so that people can stick I can stick photo mats behind them, and that way there's a place for them. Or even if I don't put photo mats behind them, people can stick things behind them so that they're held onto the page. So it's Nana's Kids. This one is called the Stardust Stack. Got ducks on the brain. This one is more fantasy, outer space. Again, gold foiling on the pages. I believe it says half with foil and glitter. Again, these decorative strips could be cut out and used to decorate a page. This word band here could be used to decorate facing pages or even your front cover. Isn't that gorgeous? And if you cut the pages right, you can actually make it so it looks continuous. Now, like this one right in the center of these little starbursts are glitter. This is like elements, like the water molecules and that, and stars. If you had someone really into outer space or fantasy, science fiction fantasy, making an album out of this pack would be gorgeous. This paper, look at that. That's gorgeous. And here you have elements that, you know, you could take them out, you could take these elements out and use them. If you have someone who, you know, is into acting and that you wanted to make them a mini album celebrating their first acting debut, you know, something like this would work, because you have that one elements page right here and it says you're a star. Stellar star memories. So like this is the constellations. What would be great is if you really wanted to use like this page here, and if you made the book so it would fit a 12 by 6, you could put this on facing pages. Even a quarter of that would be nice on a page. The next one is the Chateau Lavender stack, and I forgot I had the matte papers that go with this one. So, I can make an envelope mini album, and these are glittered. I believe half of them are glittered. Yeah, half with glitter. Like this element here would be great, even if you cut them individually, or put two on the side of a page, and then put the other one on a facing page, or as an embellishment. When I look at matte stacks like this, I look at it from the perspective of being a card maker. I like to make cards. What can I use? Can I make the elements within the paper pack fit a card and things like that? So like I have all these tags here. I can use them on cards. I can use them in a mini album. Because like I would cut out like this violet here, and I would put it on this tag here, or I can place it on this tag. And it kind of cuts down on how much extra embellishments you need, especially if you can use pieces from the paper pack itself. Because like when you look at all of this page here, if you actually cut out the different elements, you can use it all throughout the album, and it makes people think, oh, how does she get that continuity? This is a gorgeous page. I would do it like a 6 by 6 with this part here, because it has the buildings. And, you know, use parts of this for another page. This would be gorgeous as a page. So, the music notes. And you got strawberries. This right here would be a gorgeous page. These elements here, you know, if you cut it make a 6 by 6, let's say you're doing a 6.5 by 6.5 album. So you figure out how you can cut this so that you can cut it in half. You put it on facing pages. Number 4 is My Girl. This is American Crafts. I got a couple of American Crafts, but most of them are die cuts. And what American Crafts has done is they've actually done these borders up here that you can use to kind of embellish your pages as well. In the chevrons. This page, of course, you got this border up here with the smile here, but you also got these neat little sayings that you could cut out and use them to decorate your pages with. This one says adorable, hugs and love, hello, happy girl, sunshine. Again, elements you can cut out to decorate your pages with, or your tags. See, I would use this for my page, or even put that on a tag. You know, when I saw this page, I thought, you know what, I got some paper that looks like that, but it's glitter. I'll have to find it. Again, more elements you can use for tags or decorate your pages. I got White Christmas playing on the television. Of course, I've seen it a dozen times, so I know what's happening. This is embellished by Dina, Happy Boy. And I have never heard of this person. I'm going to have to look her up. But she includes two things in the element in the back, which are cards that you can cut out. There's a strip here you can cut out. There's also these little embellishments, and then there's these little labels. But I would use these to decorate pages with, or tags. She includes plain cardstock. So you probably have enough in here to make your mini album pages. So this could actually be a mini album kit tag, when you think about it. And there's this page. They're upside down. I don't know if they realized that when they printed them or not. But these elements could be cut out and used to decorate. To me, they don't scream baby boy. That's just my perception of it. I mean, you can do a cute mini album with it. Like this page here. I mean, that's really not baby boy. So sometimes I think they gear papers that they talk about for girls and boys for more for the adults to get a card with or whatever. Here's another embellished by Dina, Halta Girls. And again, the cards, elements, and the labels, and again, the papers that are included in there. So really, you already have your papers, and these are thick enough that if you wanted to make your actual pages out of them, you could, because it's cardstock, and then use the other pages to decorate. So like I said, it's like a mini kit in a paper pad. Again, elements you could cut out and use to decorate with, or create your mat holders with. I would think if you're going to make a mini album out of this stack, it would be more for your 8 to 12-year-olds, preteens. The Kiddosaurus stack. We're going back to Die Cuts with a View, I believe. Yep, Die Cuts with a View. Had to look for a minute. And this has a lot of pages, perfect for a kid who's into dinosaurs, whether it be a girl or a boy. Some of them are kind of cute, like this one here. Every day is an adventure. And I like this page because it has toddler Rex. You have toddlers. You understand what I'm talking about. Ankle biters. Kiddosaurus. And it makes me think I need to actually go out. Well, I probably can create both of them. I have two grandnephews. Landon, who's 3. Yes. And his little brother Brantley, who's 5 months. And I know Landon's into dinosaurs. So I could use this to create him a mini album. Find something else for Brantley. But again, you've got this terrific page to decorate with. Do a little fussy cutting. District stack. When I first saw this one, I'm going, huh. It's kind of, there's certain elements I like. I like the lady. I like this part. Crayons, I'm not too crazy about. It's got some embossing. It's got this paper, which would make a great bunch of tags. No more Poppy thinks she has more treats up here, and she doesn't. It's got a lot of clocks in it. I don't know what the obsession is with clocks. I love the street lights. Understand pocket watches and clocks. See, there's a whole nother page of clocks. Bicycles. This one, it has this great border here that you could use for your tags. Here's more clocks. More embossed. When you look at this from a different angle, the page looks funky. Embossed bicycles. But I guess because it says the district and the time. Now this is gorgeous. I love this silver on silver. That would make for great Christmas cards. Keys. The red. This yellow with all these words and everything. For this, I would do it more for like a cosmopolitan type family, or if you're doing a couples album, what I call a couples album. If they're city livers, they're very cosmopolitan. Maybe they ride bikes. They, watch their time. Things like they would probably love something out of this. And I try and match papers to the people I'm thinking of making the book for. I try and match the papers to the book I have in mind. I try and match them to the people. In fact, I'm looking for papers that I can make a bunny album. I've got a couple who have a couple bunnies and they love their bunnies, and I said I would see what I can do and make them an album that they can put bunny pictures in. Found an outdoor one that I could use, I guess. This one is Dear Jane stack. And what's kind of funny about this one is I watch a YouTuber called Velocity Vet 08, and her name is Jane. And I saw this stack. I thought, God, I have this stack. And this one, the patterns in it are, I would use them for vintage, like this window here. If you divide them up, you've got 6 tags right there. I would call this Chic, whatever. This cage, I love this cage. I wouldn't be to preserve most of the cage if I was making just a 6x6 album. But if I wanted to, I could make a bigger album so I could have the whole cage in there, and the covers would have to be about 11 inches or 11 and a quarter, 11 and a half by 6, so it would be a tall, skinny album. But I would have that piece in there. Like I said, this looks like what people would wear if you've ever seen A Christmas Carol with Ebenezer Scrooge in that. These looks like the costumes that they would wear. The letters. So this is more Edwardian, romantic era. I love this here. And see, that could be if you did it right, if you were doing a flip, you'd cut it and you'd have this be underneath the flip, so that when you flip the flip up, they see this part, and then the matching page would be on the other side. The lace doilies. This is gorgeous right here, if you can see that. Edwardian Victorian era. Again, this giant flower here. This is, you know, kind of woodsy. I would pull this out for a guy's album. These books here, you know, you cut them in half and you have them on facing pages, or you have them on a flip, where when you flip up the thing, you see the rest of the book. This is pretty, and I love this saying up here, a girl likes to be crossed a little in love now and then. It is something to think of. This would be great for anniversary or an engagement or a wedding album. You're going to have to wait. This stack is kind of, like I said, my husband was helping me pick these out. And this is another Die Cuts with a View. The guy stack. And yes, my husband helped me pick out the frilly ones. But what's funny about this is, if you see my other videos, you saw that I did 40 junk journals. And 4 of them were for guys. And I went out and I purposely bought this stack. So this is my second stack of this. But I like it because I can use it for guys. Or for, there's some elements in here I can use for a sporty girl. There's elements I can pull out for different things. I mean, this would fit either gender. So would this, you know, a sporty girls page. Again, sports. This is really good guy paper here. This looks like some of the flannel shirts my dad used to wear. The mustaches, of course. The plaids. This is like grid paper, but it would be perfect in either one. This is like tire tread, or on some floors you find this metal sheeting that they lay down. It has this tread thing. That's what that reminds me of. And then of course you got the embossed tools. This has the embossing on it, so it's shiny. This paper I actually pulled out a piece to use on one of my recipe albums. It just reminded me of a tablecloth. Of course, cooking outside. Like I said, my husband picked this one out. He goes, "We need this one." I said, "Okay." I have like half a stack of it left. He goes, "You need more." This is a green, shiny, and again, it's got the embossing on it. And again, you've got this great page that you can use to decorate tags, the actual pages with. This one, I remember in the junk journals, I didn't use a lot of it, but you know, you can incorporate a little bit of it. It isn't super frilly. I stuck mostly with the plaids and everything else. And this large strip here is what I actually put on the covers, because it just made sense too. And then of course you got, again, another great cutout page that you can use if you're doing it for a guy. If you're doing it for a girl, you might want to change the images and do something different. But like these journaling, you could do those. This one that says Life of a Guy, if you take and you can actually cover that up with something else. The looking good can go in there. I love tools. It doesn't, you know, if it's a girl who likes tools, put that in there. Just smile. Where's the remote? We're all asking that one. We won. So, this one is also from Die Cuts with a View, and it says it's textured cardstock. And this one, when I looked at it, I was looking at it and I'm going, ooh, those are pretty. What can I use it with? Because there's no major big elements to make the pages with. But then I thought, wait a minute, I've got the Art Deco, I guess the Art Deco cartridge from Cricut. Those images would fit on this page. And you'll probably find other images from other places, from Silhouette, Cameo. If you want to buy your pieces, you can probably find them. But I thought, you know, the Art Deco cartridge has enough images. I could probably do a really neat one, and it feels textured. Trying to think of how to describe it. Almost like a linen paper. That's how I would describe it. The Chic stack, half with glitter. Paris. And here, there's one page. There's another page. Again, there's a page, and that could be a page. Again, great embellishments to put on tags or decorate your pages with. It's just looking at your paper and seeing what you can do. This could decorate tags or a page. This could decorate a tag. That could decorate a tag or a page. This netting would be great on a page. Here we got 4, each one a tag or a page. I mean, how neat is that? You got 4 of them all set up. You cut them, and they're done. This page here I would use especially if I was doing a wedding or anniversary album out of this one. This piece right here with the feather and it's all glittery, that would be a great page to do. And I would put it so that so the page would go like this. This element up here on the top of it is great. These flowers are all glitter. Here's another great element you could add. More great elements. This corner right here. And then you use the rest of the page for everything else. You see this would make a great cover or even a first page. The only thing is, depending upon the size of your album, you might have to cut it down. But that's okay. I mean, if you cut it down so that it started right here, people will still know what it is. Because otherwise your page, you'd almost have to make a, in order to get this whole thing, including this little label down here, you'd almost have to make your album 9 1/4, 9 1/2 inches tall. Of course, if you fussy cut it, you could cut this off. If you fussy cut it out, your album would only have to be about 8 1/2 inches. So, and the last but not least is the Coral Couture stack. Actually, I think I have the matte stack for this one too, or I have the little one, the matte card stack. Again, look at this. You take and cut this out. You got your cover and your back and your inside. One page. Look at that, gorgeous. Again, this would be honeymoon, wedding, engagement party. This I would do tags out of, this plain coral. Here you have an element. I would actually cut out this middle element and use the rest of it to decorate tags in that with. And kind of see where my mind goes when I look at paper. Again, more tags. Here, this element here would be a page. This could be on a tag. So it's kind of thinking and saying, okay, if I use this part, use this page for tags, and again, you have all this to decorate with. I mean, you got these journaling places that you can put on pages. so that they can decorate with. You got things that you could make tags out of. And if you do it right, you can get a couple of albums out of one mat stack. And look at this one. What I would do is I would actually go down the center and down this way, and I'd make these facing pages. Wouldn't that be gorgeous? Or if you were doing them on a flip, you could take and make it so that when you flip it up or flip it to the side, you had the continuation. And actually, this die cuts with the view paper is quite heavy. So, and then again, another great part to make the cover. This would probably be my cover when I make an album out of this mat stack, is to use this here for my cover, the back, and then the inside. So this whole page would be on my covers. So that is my big haul of paper, as if I need more paper. Believe me, I don't need more paper. I have tons of plain. When I get my craft room really cleaned up in that, I'll show you my paper stacks. That's a joke. Because when I went and did the 40 mini albums, I used craft paper, so I had to buy a lot of craft paper. But I was using I was just pulling paper out of my stash in order to make my other elements of it. But my pockets were all craft to bring stuff down. I am going to take and do a video on how I make my pages for my recipe albums. I also have an idea for a new type of page. And when I look at the albums as well, and this is one that all I have to do is punch and do my recipes for. I look at what I can use out of it and how I can use it. I did make another album out of the same stack, and I used this same thing for the cover, but I changed up this part here, and it's going to be bound by ring binder clips, or ring binder, book binding clips. I found some 2-inch ones that I think would be perfect. I just realized that page is sideways. Oh. Well, then I'll put it this way, because that back page don't matter. I'm talking to myself. And because when I talk about how I do my pages, I don't know if you can see here, but I do a folded in edge, so my pockets, they actually have some expanding room. Oops, I need to glue that again. Sometimes my glue dried before I got it set, so I have to check my pages. But on the piece that does not have a pocket or a flip, I always try and put a major element in. On this one, I made it so that they can slide recipe cards behind there if they want. I am going to slide a couple behind there when I do the book. So again, a pocket page, another element they can slide behind. And the elements that were cut out of the paper pack, this is really neat because this is actually a recipe that was in the paper pack, and I made it so that they can slide in underneath. But so they get an actual recipe by May and Ryan. I cannot read that name. Right over here. I wonder if this really works. I'm going to have to copy this recipe and see if it works and makes a gold cake. Now my flips, I will put something on these. I'll put a recipe card on them so that they can, but again, on the back is where I put the major element. I think I might add another. Again, this one, it does have it on the front and nothing on the back because I like this element here. This one goes up, and again, and I might put another foam dot there. And this one, I just put it on the front again because I like this element here, but I have a button that I can put here. so that's from the paper pack, so it doesn't. So we'll have something to put the the recipe cards in. And the other thing is, I tried gluing my papers on, and while yes, glue's cheaper than sticky strip, I felt it warped my paper. Yet when I went and did the snail adhesive, my papers didn't feel warped. These two feel warped, but they're alright. They're okay. It's just me. It's my preference. So all I have to do with this is punch the holes and put in the recipe cards, and that one will be done. But I'm going to show you how I do my my flips and my pockets, and that'll be another tutorial. So we'll talk to you later.